Let's talk about Pride. No, not that Pride, this Pride. Matthew Warchus' 2014 film. Pride is an effective historical retelling of the Gays and Lesbians Support the Miners group. This group fundraised for and supported miners during the 1984-85 strikes and unexpectedly formed a bond with a small Welsh mining village. Previously, the story was only accessible through first-hand accounts and archival media. The film effectively illustrates Alison Landberg's argument that by addressing the viewer, historical films can be a conduit for empathy. The film puts the viewer in the shoes of an LGSM member, delivering an understanding of both homosexual life and the mining towns and strike of the 1980s, and how their unexpected political alliance formed. It uniquely allows the audience to empathise with and learn about both sides and their struggles. This is especially clear in the disco scene. In this scene, Jonathan, played by Dominic West, is dancing with a supportive Welshwoman of the village at the village hall party. They explain to him that Welsh men can't move their hips and they don't dance. He then shows them what they're missing and gets everyone dancing. This scene illustrates the gender divide and prevailing attitudes towards overt homosexuality through its use of blocking, camera movement, editing, and sound to generate empathy for both parties' perspectives. The room is visually divided, the women as the allies on the dance floor, and the men as the against on the tables and the bar at the back. Those on the dance floor are captured on a handheld camera, illustrating the free feeling Jonathan and the women feel when dancing, but also the fluidity in their views. The women also crowd around Jonathan in a circle, creating a physical barrier that protects him from the onlookers' judgment. This judgment is captured through jarring close-ups of the men, filmed on a more stable camera. The use of these close-ups immediately conveys the feeling that the viewer is being watched and judged. As the viewer relaxes into the dance, the scene cuts to show the systemic masculinity and conservative views in the town. However, the first cut focuses on the gay couple from LGSM, who had urged Jonathan to tone down his flamboyancy earlier in the film. A slow zoom on their worried faces shows that their strategy of laying low has been exposed, offering the audience a brief, empathetic glimpse of the fear of harassment gay people face all the time when they're openly being themselves. The scene cuts between joyful dancing and the men's looks of concern, confusion, and judgment towards Jonathan. This powerful technique displays to the audience exactly how it feels to be queer in a non-accepting environment. Eventually, Jonathan breaks out the circle out of the safety of acceptance from the women and dances on the tables where the men are sat, invading their territory. This moment is tense as the viewer is led to anticipate conflict, but instead we see the miners' opinions beginning to shift through the same use of close-ups. The camera becomes purely handheld throughout the close-ups and wide shot, showing that the visual divide between the two groups has been eliminated. This visual change in the miners' opinions displays an intellectual coming to terms with each other's circumstances, for both parties and also for the viewer. They are led to understand and empathise with each other, and they're coming together. The music in this scene is also crucial to the viewer's experience. When Jonathan plays Shame, Shame, Shame by Shirley and Company, the song carries two meanings. The first is literal. The lyrics in the chorus are shame, 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 shame on you if you can't dance too. The lyrics are openly mocking the men for not being free and dancing, allowing the audience to side with the ally group. The second meaning, it investigates the attitudes towards homosexuality from the men's side. Being gay was widely viewed as shameful. This stigma was greatly amplified by the HIV and AIDS epidemic of the 1980s. Jonathan is revealed to be HIV positive, and in this scene we see him fighting this stigma by dancing shamelessly and freely, a powerful image for the viewer. Pride successfully uses cinematic techniques to use the audience's innate capacity for comprehending the feelings of others to establish a strong sense of empathy and understanding in the viewer, bringing a historical event to a brand new audience for a lasting lesson on the necessity of human alliance.